This was a question in the forums: how to add video and text side by side in Rise. You can do an image with text, but how do you do video with text? Seems easy, but if you've used Rise, you've probably realized there's no option for that, and it's a good question. Several other people in the forum, and there's at least 2 threads on this. A lot of people want this, and the obvious answer to the question is no, it's not possible. And I think the person asking, I think they already knew it was not possible, but it was like, why isn't this possible? Well, it actually is, and this is a theme I'm working on, highly modified. Also, the word break. This was another question from the forum. Area 53, hangar operations. That's my theme. I want it to break after 53, not after hangar. So finally, I said, screw it. This cover page, I don't like it. I'm just going to design my own. So this is full custom. I don't think there's any theme that's more custom than this one. And if you're pumping out multiple courses a week, some of these customizations you don't want to do. As you can see, I've got full custom headers on each lesson. You can do this with the lesson ID, which is cool. You've got block IDs, lesson IDs, so you can fully customize a Rise theme. It's mostly what I'm hired to do. Major branding implementations on the Rise platform. And so something like the video next to text, that's pretty easy. I figured out how to do it. And if you're able to spend a little extra time and effort into the design of a certain course you're working on, here's how you can do it. Okay, so this is the default. This is default what you get. Text over or under the video. The video is always off by itself. I'm just going to show you here how you can debug this. I've got all my blocks there, so I only have like 4 or 5 blocks, and then I have a containing element. And the HTML in Rise is pretty good. I enjoy working with it. It's well formed. It gets pumped out by their React application, but I can tell they put a lot of thought into their design system. So what I'm doing here, I'm using the block ID to select that block, and that's going to be different for everybody. You got this like big long weird block ID, and then this selector, if you look, all I'm doing is selecting the next sibling element. I'm going to put a red border around both of them, so you can see here I've already got my selector for both these elements. Now the trick is, how do we get these into columns? And the first time I did it, I actually used the Flexbox model. But the CSS got a little complicated. You can actually do it with just displaying inline block on your elements. Okay, so I'm combining that one style, or those 2 styles into one style, just to already simplify my CSS here. And then I'm just going to tell these 2 blocks to display inline block. And right off the bat, you can see we've got a little alignment issue, but no problem. We can do vertical align middle. That's all. Very simple. But the parent container needs to be text align center. The problem with text align center, now everything is text align center. So I got center text everywhere. It's no problem. I can make another rule. So I can tell the direct divs under my parent to revert back to text align left. And then I still have my alignment, how I want my video and text beside. So that's basically how you do it. You want to wrap that into a media query, and I only have it apply to over 1200 pixels, which is kind of a standard Bootstrap breakpoint. Rise actually uses a different breakpoint system based on M units, which is kind of weird. But so anyway, this is my theme. I've got a little bit of animation going on inside the headers. It's actually based on the like when it zooms the image, that's based on hover. I do the same thing in my photographing Sasquatch course, or it's a theme. And also, this is probably the most modified Rise theme that I've ever seen. Custom branding, start button has been moved below. It's actually just it's a pseudo element of the first course item. That's why you can see it, kind of the hover effect when you mouse over it. And then the text might be it's a little annoying, but is the elusive nature of Sasquatch anyway. Right. But anyway, I'll provide the code for this. It is possible, if you want to take the time to spend a little extra care for the design of your courses. This is the final CSS with the media query right there. Pretty simple. Does take some extra special care, and you need to know how to debug the block ID of the element, so you can apply this to your course and you can deploy it as a theme component. I've got some other videos that show you how to do that.